Hello and welcome to Weekly Wind-Up. I'm Dave Hodgson. Now, there's nothing as nice and fulfilling as helping someone, and if that person is your sister, then even better. So that's exactly the situation that three brothers have found themselves in. David, John and Steve Shaw will ride from John O'Groats to Land's End to raise money for three charities. Our reporter Kyle Warwick went to find out more.
Hi, I'm Catherine Horn, sister of the three Brothers Grimme.
I'm David Shaw. The time of the ride I'll be 70 years of age.
I'm John Shaw, I'm 63 now.
I'm Steve Shaw, I'll be 60 at the time of the ride. We're doing the John O'Groats Land's End ride in May 2017.
I had a fall, ended up covered in bruises, and I was a bit concerned, so I went to see my doctor. I thought I got leukemia because I'd had experience of that in the past. And got all these bruises all down my legs, and she just said I have to send you to A&E. I think it may be something sinister. It's called Aplastic Anaemia, PNH. It's a bone marrow failure, and the things that cause it are things like chemical, radiation or anti-inflammatories. For the first 2 years it changed my life massively. I wasn't allowed to travel in case of infection. Not allowed to fly, again because of infection. It affects your blood cells, so your white blood count, if it's really low, that causes real problems for you. It's called neutropenia. Don't know what else to say. It's really difficult to explain about the condition.
What was the first you heard about the bike ride?
Stephen, 2 years ago, just popped in one day, riding past on his bike, and he says, I'm going to do a sponsorship for you. For the PNH team.
Basically what we've done, we've invited all the family to do the legwork for us, so we're going to ride and they're doing all the charity fundraisers. We set off from John O'Groats and head west across Scotland to Inverness, Fort William, up over Glencoe, down across Loch Lomond, west of Glasgow. Then we set off down into Carlisle, which will be the first visit into England, head off towards the Lake District, then we head east into Skipton, Leeds, and back into Marsden. We arrived back in Marsden, I think, on the Friday the 26th, and we are going to have an event here on Friday night where probably for the first time in a week, me, John and David will be having a beer or two. From Marsden then we head out towards Stoke, North Wales, down through Monmouthshire, up into Gloucestershire, then we'll head off into Somerset, Taunton, over Bodmin Moor, and then down into Newquay, finally finishing at Land's End. We're still looking for sponsors. What we are looking for are local businesses to sponsor shirts. There are 51 opportunities to sponsor shirts, which we'll wear on each day.
Our major sponsor is a company called Zamax, who are clothing manufacturers, printers. They're making all the shirts for the ride, which we will be selling as a form of sponsorship. Because of this, they've really turned out as a major sponsor for us. Yeah, I was coming to the end, about 5 minutes from the end of a 30-mile training ride. And it was a really good bit of the ride. It's the best bit of all. It's a long downhill section, and I was moving pretty fast, and a car pulled out of the junction, and I went straight into him. Ended up in the middle of the opposite side of the road and oncoming traffic. Fortunately, the people about who looked after me until the ambulance people got there. I spent a week in hospital, suffered various injuries, facial, spinal, and obviously bruises and cuts and bruises all over my body. But I've been told I will make a full recovery in time. I remember waking up with no feeling in my legs, so that was a concern at the time. I was told by the people who were looking after me that I was in and out of consciousness for quite some time. But when I woke up, it wasn't long after the ambulance people got there, and they just took over and I just let them get on with it. I am still quite fit, but the upper part of my body, I've lost quite a lot of strength because of the accident.
Well, first of all, 3 years ago, I had a TIA, which is, anybody who doesn't know, it's a mini stroke. And then I knew at that time that my knee was getting quite bad, and eventually I had to have a knee replacement, and I found that cycling perhaps was one of the ways of keeping fit. So I've been cycling for 2 years, and hopefully everything's going to be okay.
Yeah, I haven't got to the stage of any replacement yet, but it won't be long before the knife's in. I don't think my left hip's had better days.
I suffer from osteoarthritis. Consequently, I've got 2 new knees, and I've also got a new disc in my neck. I don't think this is a problem. I cycle quite well, and I hope to get to Land's End on the 8th of June with these lads. It goes without saying, it's just a fantastic thing to be able to do. We obviously care for Catherine and we don't want her to suffer these problems she has, but she has got this, and what we can do is help other people in the future.
Well, the preparation for the ride, we've just been putting the miles in locally, most of it, roughly between 25 and 30 miles every time we turn out. We have a small cycling club in the village, which we're members of, and we go out on a Wednesday evening. Really about preparation, that's all it is, just hard work until the time of the ride. I'd like to thank all the sponsors that we have already, some being personal sponsors through friends, and then also the corporate sponsors which we have already.
Part of what we're doing is actually for Marsden Scouts and also for Marsden Mechanics Hall. So the funds for the Scouts is to go to their projects. It might be that they go to camps, travelling abroad, and then we have Marsden Mechanics Hall, which is where we're sat right now, who have been given the building by Kirklees because Kirklees can no longer afford to run it. So Marsden Community Trust have now taken this on as a project, and they need funds to keep it running. So part of what we're going to do is going to come to the Mechanics Hall as well. We're holding events where, for example, Anne's going to do a coffee morning from home where she's going to be raising money. We have a Just Giving page, which is aimed generally or directly at our Catherine's charity, which is Just Giving Shaw's Charity Appeal. We're also trying to do as much media as possible. We've got an Instagram page, which is Shaw's Charity Appeal, where we're putting photos up of his practice ride.
Just a massive thank you. What else can you say? And I would like to give something back in return, so therefore I do help them as much as I can.
Thanks to Kyle Warwick for that report, and good luck to the lads. And that's all we've got time for. If you'd like to comment on any of our stories, you can do it via social media. I've been Dave Hodgson, and mind how you go.